Now, Brazil's health ministry says pregnant women should consult their doctors before traveling to the country. Brazil has seen a surge in cases related to the mosquito-borne Zika virus. Now, it's known to cause serious birth defects. More than 3,500 babies have been born with the condition since October. And 13 countries across Latin America have been affected, and the United States has recorded its first case ever. Concerns about the virus extend all the way to Jamaica, where the government there has asked women to postpone pregnancies by up to a year. Well, with more information about that virus, we can talk to Nikos Vasilakis. He's a professor of pathology at the University of Texas. Thanks so much for joining us, Professor. Now, usually we associate mosquitoes with malaria, yellow fever, dengue fever. When did the Zika virus become such a danger?
The Zika virus became a problem back in 2007, where we had the first epidemics recorded in the island of Yap. Immediately after that, they made it into Tahiti and the rest of the islands of French Polynesia, and then to Easter Island. Within a couple of months, it made it into Brazil. Now, once it made it into Brazil, it infected approximately 1.5 million people and quickly spread throughout Latin America, Central America, and the Caribbean. So immediately, one may consider that several hundred million people are at risk of Zika infection. And this is where the emergency may be at.
So how does the virus actually manifest? How does it affect those it infects?
Well, there are a couple of things that we ought to know is, first of all, the majority of infections, they do not represent with any clinical disease. So 4 out of the people that they are infected with the Zika, they may not know that they have been infected with the Zika. The rest of the people that they're infected, they present themselves with a very mild flu-like illness. They have a mild rash throughout their body, and they may have conjunctivitis. This is it.
So the real manifestations are shown in the birth defects that it can cause.
That is correct. Pregnant women at the first trimester of pregnancy, they are at the highest risk of developing this, for the fetuses, developing this extremely rare abnormality. And this is the incomplete development of the brain and is manifested also with small heads.
So how difficult is the Zika virus for health authorities to manage?
Well, we really don't know much about the virus. We don't know its transmissibility and so forth. What we do know is that the main vector is Aedes aegypti, which is the common house mosquito. What we can do to fight the disease is eliminate their breeding grounds. Alternatively, what we ought to do is establish robust vector control programs so we can eliminate the high densities of mosquitoes that occur during the raining season, especially in the tropical and subtropical countries where Zika transmission is a problem right now.
But very quickly, when you hear that the Public Health Agency of Canada has issued a travel notice for the Zika virus, do you think that is a necessary step to take?
Absolutely, it is. People need to know the risk of infection. And right now, since we don't know much about the virus, at least pregnant women, they should avoid going to countries where Zika is in epidemic proportions.
Okay. Professor Vasilakis, I'm so sorry. We're going to have to leave it there, but we'd like to thank you so much for joining us from the University of Texas.